Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake up, turn the volume up because we got another episode of the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Coble, joined by Max Faulkner. We are joining you here tonight on Sunday, March 10th, a week before Selection Sunday, to break down conference tournament brackets. Oh, baby, the big boys are starting this week. And right now we got the juiciest one of them all, the Big 12. Max, is the Big 12 the best conference in America?
Hands down. Hands down. I don't know what else to say. It's the most fun basketball to watch, too. Oh, my goodness. These guys go at each other's throats all game long. Love the Big 12. Let's dive right into it, Cobreezy, because we got a lot to talk about here.
It was a hell of a feat if you won on the road this year in the conference. Hell of a feat if you won on the road.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Max, I think we might have a little bit of difference here in our first team, all Big 12. Give me your player of the year in the conference.
You know what? When I wrote this, I originally had Kevin McCullough.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been hurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
He has been hurt for a while now. I don't even know if he slides in there. I don't know. I don't know if he gets player of the year.
Yeah.
I do have McCullough as part of the top five. I had him as my number one. So I'm going to still stick with Kevin McCullough at the moment. When he plays hard, and he plays really well. But, yeah, that's what I got at number one. Who do you got, Cobreezy?
This is a guy I think you might be sleeping on. I've talked about him a little bit this year, the leader, the heartbeat, the point guard, tough as nails, for a lot to be a one seed. The champions of the Big 12 in their first season in the conference, Houston Cougars, their point guard Jamal Shed.
Oh, he's the number one.
I'm going Jamal Shed, Big 12 player of the year, averaging over 13 points, almost 4 boards, 6.2 assists, is third in the conference, 2.3 steals, is tied for second in the conference and top 10 in the nation. Shooting 42% from the floor and 77% from the line. Jamal Shed, game winners. Game winners last year, game winners this year. You can't score on him. He's a coach on the floor for the best team in the conference. You know, you would think I would give it to one of my Kansas guys. You would think that solid numbers from those two, but they're the sixth seed. They're sixth. They underperformed this year, the Jayhawks.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about we need bigger numbers from Hunter Dickinson and Kevin McCullough when they're healthy.
Yeah.
Jamal Shed, Houston could be cutting down nets, and it will be because of Jamal Shed. He's my Big 12 player of the year.
I like that pick a lot, but I don't have Jamal Shed in my top five, and maybe I am sleeping.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking you're sleeping on. But just to talk about Kevin McCullough, he led the Big 12 in scoring at 18.3 a game. He was 12th in rebounding at 6 per game, 14th in assists with over 4 a game, top 10 in steals, 1.5 a game. Kevin McCullough had a very good year. It sucks. He tweaked his bad knee yesterday against Houston in that ass beating. It sucks. He tweaked his knee. Kevin McCullough definitely on my first team. Hell of a season. I see him playing at the next level for sure. Max, give me your next guy on the list.
Not staying far away from Kansas. I am still going with the big dog, Hunter Dickinson. 18 and 10 this year. This guy has averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds per game. Dude, this is a big dog. He's going to be in the NBA. And, you know, the fact that Kansas has 2 big dogs on their team, they're just banged up right now. Hopefully they can get healthy by the dance. But, man, Cobreezy, we'll get detailed on that in a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Hunter Dickinson is my second guy on the list. His 18 points is second in the conference, 10.8 boards, leads the Big 12 and is 8th in the nation, giving you over 2 assists, 1.4 blocks, is tied for 6th in the Big 12, 55% shooting. Hunter Dickinson has had a great year, multiple 20.15 rebound games. Hunter Dickinson on both of our first teams. Next guy for me, Max, I'm going to Texas and Max Abmas. We've been talking about him a little bit, almost 17 per game. That was third in the Big 12, almost 3 boards. 4.3 assists was top 10. 91% shooting from the line. That was second in the conference. Do you have Max Abmas making your first team?
He did. He made my first team. He's at my number 4, though. At my number 4.
Same.
Yeah. Max Abmas is a hell of a player, man. Hell of a player. And we've been talking about him all year as far as trying to break the scoring record. And, well, trying to break number 7. Okay, but he's in the top 10. He made the top 10. He should make the. He should definitely make the all Big 12 team.
Who is your last guy? You got one guy left or two?
Well, I got two. But
two.
But my number 3. Oh, I'm sorry. My number. Well, hold on. Sorry.
Whoa.
I think was Max saying? No. My number 3 is LJ Cryer, Cole Breezy. I know you went Jamal Shed. I know you went Jamal Shed. I'm looking at these stats right here. They're very, very close. But LJ Cryer is the leading scorer of the number 1 Houston team. Okay, he's shooting 41% from the field, which is just okay. Jamal Shea shooting 42%.
Yeah.
Free throw percentage though, Cole Breezy, he's shooting 87.1%. Jamal Shea is 77%. 3-pointers, he's shooting 38.9% compared to Jamal Shed's 32.7. It's very close. It's still very close because Jamal Shed is averaging 2.3 steals per game. That guy's locked down on defense.
Top 10 in the nation.
Locked down, but LJ Cryer also plays really good defense for a point guard.
What's his rebounds and assists?
LJ Cryer is averaging 2.4 rebounds and 1.9 assists. So, yeah, Jamal Shed's got him on that. Definitely. But 13.2 points compared to 15.7. Okay. A little bit of a difference.
2.5.
Yeah. But then you could say the same thing for steals and rebounds. 2.5. Yeah.
Those over 6 assists a game, third in the Big 12.
Pretty good. It's
going to be close. This is a toss-up for Big 12 Player of the Year for sure. Any of these guys could win it. Give me your last guy on your first team.
So this guy, we might be sleeping on, Cole Breezy. I'm going Emmanuel Miller of TCU.
Horned Frogs.
The Horned Frogs.
Frogs.
I think TCU surprised some faces this year. They play so hard, man. They play so hard. They attack the rack. This guy's averaging 16 points per game, 5.8 rebounds. He shoots 49% from the field, 82.1% from the free throw line for a forward. That's pretty damn good. And 39.4% from the arc, Cole Breezy. Dude, this guy is, he lights it up.
Nice.
Love it. Who do you got, Cole Breezy? Did you say all your guys?
I like Emmanuel Miller. He's on my second team. I got one more guy. I got to go to Iowa State and the hell of a season that they've had. And their leader, Tamin Lipsey, 12.5 points per game, 4.5 boards, 4.8 assists. That's 5th in the conference.
Okay.
2.8 steals per game. That leads the conference, tied for 4th in the nation. 42% from the floor. Iowa State's having a hell of a year. You know, I had Ray J. Dennis in there originally for Baylor. He's having a good season for the Bears at the point guard position. But I looked at Iowa State and I said, "Oh man, Lipsey's having a solid year for a possible 2 seed in the Cyclones."
Yeah,
so I slipped him in there.
I like it, Cole Breezy. Good pick.
Max, let's talk about the coach of the year in the Big 12. You know, this one's always up for debate. You look at what the team did last season. You look at preseason expectations, what we thought the team was going to be going into the season, and how it turned out to be. Give me your Big 12 Coach of the Year for this season.
Oh, Cole Breezy, I'm going to Texas Tech and Grant McCasland.
Raiders.
The Red Raiders, baby. What a great jump from last season. They had a down year last year, and they went this year. They're 22-9. They're 22-9. Cole Breezy, they have 5 guys on the team that are averaging at least 10.5 points per game, and they have another guy that comes off the bench averaging 9.9 points per game. Might as well be 10 points per game. Is Devin Cole Breezy? Can you confirm Devin Cambridge? Is he hurt? Is he done?
I cannot confirm.
Can't confirm. Okay, we'll get back to that before the dance starts. I'll tell you right now, but. This is a hell of a team. They've won some big games this year. I mean, what are they sitting right now in the conference? They
11-7, number
4th. They're 4th, dude. The Big 12 being 4th in the Big 12. That's a hell of a season.
Great accomplishment for Texas Tech. I believe it's Grant McCasland's first. Yeah, it is his first season there for Texas Tech. I think I would have put him 3rd. Plenty of candidates here. You could have gone Kelvin Sampson, his first season in the Big 12.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're thinking what's going to happen with the Cougars moving from a mid-major to the Big 12. Well, they went out and won it at 15-3. So you could have gone Grant McCasland, could have gone Kelvin Sampson. You could have gone TJ Otzelberger. Okay. Not even ranked in the preseason. Iowa State's up there fighting for a 2 seed. Could have gone TJ Otzelberger. But I'm going to go to, I believe, Provo, Utah, to the BYU Cougars.
Oh.
And Mark Pope. Mark Pope's going to be my Big 12 Coach of the Year. Preseason, they were picked 13th. They finished 5th. They They were picked 13th. They come from the West Coast Conference last year, where they were 19-15. They moved to the Big 12, picked to finish in the basement, along with UCF, who actually surprised some people.
Yeah.
But BYU to be picked 13th and finish 5th. I gotta tip my cap to Mark Pope. Getting the BYU Soakers really shooting them threes this season.
What was that, Bob Hope?
Mark Pope. Have some respect for the Big 12 Coach of the Year.
It's a big pick. Big pick.
Yeah. Max, let's get into this bracket. I see what you're looking at. Oh baby, we got a juicy one on the TV.
Everyone, sorry that we're looking away from here and there. We got college basketball games on semifinals.
Semifinals.
ETSU just took down Chattanooga. Upset. Big upset.
Another loss for me.
Not going well, Cobrazy. Not going well. March Madness, baby. This is what it's all about. Games that you wouldn't expect. Goes the wrong way. So, you love it. Gotta love it. All right, come on. Let's do it.
Let's get into this Big 12 bracket because, baby, it starts on Tuesday, and there's a handful of teams that could win this. I'm not going to argue with anybody that you pick, Max, because, like I said, this might be the conference with the most teams that could cut down the nets. In Kansas City? Are we in Kansas City, Missouri? I think so. First round, though, on Tuesday, the 12-13 matchup. We got UCF and Oklahoma State. These two teams played once at Oklahoma State. UCF got them by 6 on the road.
Nice.
Next, you think UCF can do it again?
Oh, they're definitely doing it again. Okay, UCF
definitely.
has some big wins this year, beating Kansas. I'm guaranteeing they're getting this first win, okay? Wow. Some decent games from these guys, okay? They got a guy on their team named Jalen Sellers who's averaging 16 points per game. Their other guy, Darius Johnson's averaging 14.8 points per game. The stats don't, other than those stats, there's not really much to talk about. But UCF is going to win this one against Oklahoma State. The Cowboys are having a tough year.
Cowboys are having a tough year. UCF's 3 games better in the conference. They're better. I'm going Knights with you. Golden Knights? I think they're the Golden Knights.
I think they are the Golden Knights. Yeah.
Only 2 matchups in the first round in the Big 12. The other one is the 11-14 matchup. The Bearcats in their first season. Nice. Cincinnati in the Big 12. Playing West Virginia. My mom's alma mater had a shitty-ass season. These 2 teams played twice. Each team winning on their home floor. West Virginia won theirs by 4, and Cincinnati's won theirs by 36. So that was an ass beating. And I'm going Bearcats and another ass beating. Bearcats are moving on here, Max.
Nothing more to talk about. Bearcats, baby. Averaging 39.7 rebounds per game. They go after the boards, go Breezy. I like them.
Pretty solid. Second round matchups on Wednesday. We both got the Golden Knights of UCF, the 12 seed, moving on to face the 5th seeded BYU Cougars. These 2 teams faced twice this season. BYU got them both. The first one by 5, the next one by 2. Good games.
Yeah.
Good games. Can BYU pull off another close one, or you see UCF getting them?
It would be. Oh, sorry. I got BYU, baby. I'm not jumping ship on there. Dude, BYU is averaging 82.2 points per game, 39.9 rebounds per game, and 18.7 assists per game. Pretty damn good. And for a team that relies on the 3-ball, shooting 35% from the arc, not bad. Not bad at all, Cobrizi. I got BYU.
Live or die by the 3 for sure.
Yeah.
Next game, we got the 8-9 matchup. The Horned Frogs at TCU and your guy, Emmanuel Miller.
Yeah.
Playing the Sooners of Oklahoma. They played once this year in Fort Worth, Texas, TCU. TCU got them by 9. Max, do you see TCU getting them again?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Easily. I think TCU easily. I think TCU there's 2 teams in the Big 12 that, okay, other than Houston. Okay, Houston too. But TCU and Texas Tech, okay, they just play bully ball, man. I'm telling you, they push you. They dive on the floor. They do all the fundamentals of the game. Drive the ball to the basket. Focus on scoring in the paint rather than continuing to shoot threes all day, BYU. Okay, that's all I got to say. TCU, I has Oklahoma. I like them a lot. If we got to name some stats real quick from the Horned Frogs, baby, 80 points per game, 36.7 rebounds per game. That can go up. 17.5 assists per game. How about this, Cole Breezy? 9 steals per game. That's pretty damn good. And they shoot 47.4 from the field. Pretty good. I like the Horned Frogs, baby. What do you got, Cole Breezy?
In that toughness, bully ball, diving on the floor, I'll also throw the Cyclones in that group that you mentioned.
Yeah.
I'll throw them in there too.
No doubt.
But in this TCU-Oklahoma matchup, TCU finished one game better in the conference, pretty close in the metrics, but I'm with you. I think TCU is a little bit better, a little bit tougher. I got the Horned Frogs moving on with you. Next game, the 7-10 game. We got the Longhorns of Texas playing the Wildcats of Kansas State. These two teams played once this year in Austin. The Longhorns got them by 6, 62-56. It was a low score. I see more points in this one, and I also see the Longhorns moving on.
I agree. I do still have Texas. Texas not having the year that we were expecting when they brought over Max Abesmith, but Smith. But I still have them beating Kansas State. Kansas State, hey, they're probably a bubble team, right, Cole Breezy? We think about that. So if they win this game, this might very well squeeze them into the dance. But we'll talk about that in a little bit.
At 8-10 in the Big 12, they need this one. They need this one. And yeah, Texas finishing as the 7th seed here in the Big 12, preseason number 3. So yeah, expectations were not met for the Longhorns at Rodney Terry. Last second round matchup in the Big 12, we got the 6th seeded Kansas fucking Jayhawks, the 2022 national champions. Sitting there waiting. We both got the Bearcats moving on and meeting the Jayhawks. 6-11 matchup. These two teams played once this year in Allen Fieldhouse. The Jayhawks only got them by 5. Max, excuse me, we don't know if Kevin McCullough is going to play with that knee. We don't know if Hunter Dickinson's going to play with that separated shoulder. Who are you picking in this second round matchup? Kansas, Cincinnati.
Man, if they play Kansas, I'll say Kansas. But if they don't play, because it looks like this Hunter Dickinson shoulder situation, everyone, he might not even be ready for the dance. He might not be there for the dance, which is such a bummer.
I don't want to talk about that.
They got blown out by 30. They got blown out by 30 the other night.
Yesterday.
Dude.
Blown out.
And the Bearcats, just so we're clear, they're still fighting for the dance. They beat Kansas. They might get that. They might squeak in there, Cole Breezy. They might squeak in.
They definitely need it for sure. 7-11 in the Big 12.
Right now, yes. Right now, not knowing about the McCullough, I'm gonna go the Bearcats. I'm going Bearcats with this huge upset. Because if those guys don't play, Cole Breezy, there's no way. There's no way. Because their bench sucks. Your Kansas bench is not very good, everyone.
I'm going to call out Parker Brown, backup center. He comes in, has a big game. Call out Jamari McDowell, backup wing, freshman. He comes in, knocks down a couple threes along with Marco Jackson. Kansas, they fill it in. McCullough, he plays. He rests up and he plays. Ices up. Kansas is going to get this one done over the Bearcats. Come on, baby. Come on.
All right.
Cincinnati's bubble bursted. Quarterfinals on Thursday in the Big 12. We got the 4th seeded Red Raiders of Texas Tech waiting for the 5 seed BYU Cougars. You got them with me, Max?
Woo-hoo. Yes, BYU, I do. 4-5 game. Oh, that's going to be a good one.
4-5 matchup. These guys played once in Lubbock, Texas. The Red Raiders got them by 7. Do you see that happening again, Max?
Yes, I do. I got Texas Tech, baby. I already brought it up. They got basically 6 guys averaging 10 points per game. 6 guys. Okay. I love the way that they play. I love how hard they play. They take care of the ball. I'm gonna go Texas Tech. What do you got, Cole Breezy?
I'm gonna say the BYU Soakers get hot from deep, baby.
Okay.
Hot from deep.
All right.
They're second in the nation with 11.3 threes made per game, and also second in the nation with over 32 3-point attempts per game. They're living and dying by it. They're going to be living. They played the day before. Texas Tech is watching. BYU is going to get in a rhythm against the Golden Knights of UCF and continue it against the Red Raiders the next day, baby. Next quarterfinal matchup, we got the 1 seed Cougars of Houston. We both got the Horned Frogs of TCU, the 8 seed, moving on. These two teams met only once in Fort Worth. And the Horned Frogs actually got them 68-67.
How about
Okay.
that? How
Okay.
about them Horned Frogs?
Do you see that happening again, or redemption for Jamal Shed, LJ Cryer, and Kelvin Sampson?
I'll tell you right now, Houston Cougars might very well be the best team in the league. They're obviously ranked number one. So you easily can make that prediction or make that thought. But I'll tell you, Houston is scary good. It's scary good right now. There's no way they're losing to the Horned Frogs in this Big 12 tournament. No way. TCU will be in the dance. We'll talk about it later, but I'm telling you right now, they're in.
I agree with all those statements right there, Max. Houston moving on. TCU still in. Next quarterfinal matchup on Thursday, the 2-seeded Cyclones of Iowa State. We both got them taking on the 7th-seeded Longhorns of Texas. This is going to be a good one. Very juicy. These two teams played once in Austin. Cyclones got them by 5. Cyclones got them by 5 on the road.
Wow.
Who do you have in this one?
I'm going to stick with those Cyclones, baby. Sticking with the Cyclones. Iowa State's defense is outstanding. Outstanding defensive play. That's all I got to say. It's going to be very tough for Texas for, once again, didn't have the season we were expecting. Iowa State.
Didn't have the season we were expecting. 9-9 in the Big 12. 4 games back of these Cyclones. I got an upset pick here, Max. I think Max Asmus goes off. I think Dylan Mitchell.
My goodness.
I think Dylan Mitchell causes some problems.
Oh, my.
I got Max Asmus going off for at least 25, inching closer to Dougie McBuckets on the all-time scoring list. I got Texas getting in a rhythm the day before, taking down the Cyclones, Max.
Oh, man. Man, you are stirring the pot here. You are stirring the pot. What's in that stew? What's in that stew? Beef? Pork?
It smells like beef. It smells like beef.
Beef stew.
Last quarterfinal matchup for the Big 12 on Thursday, March 14th. We got the 3-seeded Bears of Baylor sitting there. I got the Jayhawks moving on in a 3-6 matchup. These two teams played twice. Kansas each winning on their home floor. Kansas by 3, Baylor by 8. But there's no way in hell if Kansas makes it past the Bearcats at Cincinnati that they can take down Scott Drew and Jacoby Walter and Ray J. Dennis and Jonathan Chamwa Chachua. Baylor's moving on.
Baylor's moving on. There's not more to say. If we want to toss out a couple stats for Baylor, we can do that. I mean, Jacoby Walter leads the pack with 14.6, 14.7 points per game. They have
updated.
Sorry, everyone. The Baylor Bears have 6 players that are averaging at least 10.8 points per game. 6, 81.5 points per game. Rebounds can go up, that's for sure. Assists can go up, only 34.9 and 15, but they shoot at a high percentage of 48.9, 39.8% from the arc. Baylor's damn good.
Baylor's damn good. Moving on to the semis for both of us. Up top, first semifinal on Friday, we both have the Houston Cougars moving on. I got them playing BYU. Okay, Max. These two teams played twice at BYU. Houston got them by 7. I think BYU gets hot. Houston can't score. BYU upset of the tournament.
Stop it.
BYU Soakers hit about 16 threes, put up 90. BYU moves on, takes down Kelvin Sampson. Sorry, Jamal Shed, you queef. You're going down. BYU moving on to the finals.
You're going to put money on that? You got to put a bet on that?
I might sprinkle a little bit, but nothing crazy.
Yeah, you're going to lose a lot.
Crazy.
Your wallet will be empty. There will be a fly flying out of that wallet
3.
after that game.
No more than 3.
I got I'm sorry. You got me all carfunkled. All freaking carfunkled. Carfunkled.
You got Houston and the Red Raiders, you queef. Get a glass of water in you.
Houston is taking down Texas Tech, and they would easily take down BYU even more if I picked them. Houston will see you in the championship game.
Yep. Other semifinal matchup, we both got the 3-seed Baylor Bears sitting.
Are you freaking Mormon now? Are you a freaking Mormon? You walk doorstep to doorstep selling Bibles?
I'll have to go on record right now on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast and say I am not going Mormon. All right. Other semifinal matchup on Friday night in the Big 12. We both got the 3-seeded Baylor Bears. I got them taking on the Longhorns of Texas, Max. These two teams played twice. Each team winning on their home floor. Texas by 2, Baylor by 8. You know, I'm not so sure that Texas can take down Iowa State. I got them. I'm not so sure they can do it, but I got them. I think Baylor's better. I think Baylor's the team right now. Baylor over Texas in the second semifinal in the Big 12 for me.
Nice call on that. I got Baylor taking on, number 2, Iowa State. I did have Iowa State. And I got Baylor taking on Iowa State because Baylor is so freaking good. Oh, my goodness, they're so good. The record, I know they're like 22-9, 23-9, something like that.
Same Baylor?
22-9. Sorry, 22-9, everybody. But oh, my gosh, they're so good. They're so good. They're going to the championship game against Houston, and that's going to be a battle in Texas, a battle of Texas.
Yeah, seriously. Reunion for LJ Cryer. Go ahead and give me your pick then, since we're on that. Houston Baylor for you, Max. Who's cutting down the nets in Kansas City?
Oh, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be close. It's going to be back and forth the entire game. But I am not doubting the Houston Cougars. I think the Houston Cougars are going to win over 30 games. They're going to be 31-3 going into the dance, and then a lot of people are going to be picking them to win the whole damn thing. I might. I don't know yet. Too soon to tell. But they are going to win their first ever Big 12 championship and the first season of being in the Big 12, which is going to be a huge, huge accomplishment, Cole Bruzy. Who do you got?
Huge accomplishment. Very impressive. I will not be surprised one bit if Houston cuts down the nets here in Kansas City. I think they're a 1 seed regardless of what happens here. I think they got a 1 seed locked up. Houston does. But like I said, I got them losing in the semifinals to BYU. And I got BYU taking on Baylor there in that championship, a 3-5 matchup. I got the Baylor Bears, baby. I got the Baylor Bears. I've been hot on them from the beginning of the season. You mentioned how they got 6 guys in double figures, and I just recall back to Scott Drew's comments in the preseason how he thought that it was not only his deepest team in all his years at Baylor, but also the deepest team in America. And it looks like he might be right on that with 6 guys averaging double figures. They got NBA players. I got Baylor as the Big 12 champs, Max.
Nice call. I could easily see that happening. Well, not easily, but I could see it happening.
Let me run through the standings real quick, and you tell me if this team is not in the tournament. Houston is probably a 1 seed regardless.
Easy.
Iowa State probably a 2 seed.
Yep.
Baylor probably a 3, if not a 2, if they win the Big 12.
Yeah, I was 2 or 3. Yep.
Texas Tech might be looking at a 4 or 5.
Yep.
BYU 6, 7, 8, 5. 5
any of
8.
those.
5 to 8.
I would pick high, 5 or 6.
Kansas 4 to 7.
Yep.
Texas 8 to 10, 7 to 10.
7 to 10. 7 to 10.
TCU Horned Frogs in there, 8-9 matchup maybe, 10, 11.
I would say between 7 and 10 as well.
I think Oklahoma's in there.
I think they get squeezed in. They'll be 20-12 based on what we're projecting. I think they'll be 20-12.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams. Going Kansas State. Are you putting Kansas State in there?
Oh my goodness! According to us, they're going to lose in the first round, and they'll be so it'd be 18-14. I don't think they get in with 18-14. Cobrizzi.
Yeah. I think I'm with you. I think Kansas State's bubble gets burst with a loss to Texas, and then the Cincinnati Bearcats. I got them losing, but you got them beating Kansas.
Yep. If they beat Kansas, they're in.
If they beat Kansas, they're in.
They're in.
Okay,
they'll be 20. They'll be 20-14 because they'll be losing to what did I have? Was it Baylor or something?
Baylor, yep.
Yeah. They'll be losing to Baylor, so no way. Yeah. We think?
Yeah. I think I got them losing though. I think the bubbles burst, but yeah, if they win, they might be in there. They might be in there.
That's only if they beat Kansas, everyone. If they're 20-14 going into the dance,
they'll be 19-14. They'll be 19-14.
Well, they got to win 2. Wait,
West Virginia. Sorry.
Yeah, West Virginia. Yeah, there you go.
Wait, well,
which they'll win that. They'll
win
win West Virginia, so there's 19, and then if they beat Kansas, they're in.
Yeah.
20-14.
I'll go if that happens. I'll say no. I'll still say no. Bubbles
They don't
bursted.
get in. Oh,
I'll say Indiana State gets in over them. How about that? Indiana State gets that out at large bid.
I hope they do. I hope they do. Different division.
I'd be taking Indiana State over Cincinnati for the dance.
Well, you don't compare one to the other. Indiana State would be at.
That's what the committee has to do next week. They have to compare these two teams for at-large bids.
I guess so.
Who's gonna get it? I say Indiana State.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess they would be at.
That's the comparison
11,
that the committee has to do.
11, maybe. Yeah, probably 11 seed. Maybe Indiana State can get a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
All right, Max. This is going to do it for the Big 12. My favorite pod, and definitely the longest so far. Kansas. Let's end this talk on Kansas. Do you see Bill Self possibly getting taken down in the first round of the NCAA tournament? Could you see them being a 4, 5, 6 seed and losing first round?
If they don't have McCullough or Dickinson, they're done.
First round.
They're done.
It's going to be a sexy upset pick. It's going to be a popular one. It's going to be one that I'll be biting my fingernails over for sure.
Yeah. Cut them short. So you don't have to bite so much.